got Luffy, ambition, king of the rappers.
Hey, what's going on, gang? It's Murata Music with 3-piece TCG, big TCG, and 2D. I'm coming at you with that red hair, P. Luffy. That's right, gang. Smash that like button, finger pop that subscribe, turn on the bell, and go down in them comments. Let me know, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What would you be doing differently? Very interested in you guys', I have some ideas already, but very interested to hear from you guys. You always got great comments and ads. So anyhow, let's address the leader in the room. All right, this is a custom Etsy designed leader from K Design. The link to their Etsy page is in the description below, and when you use that 3-piece TCG code, you get 25% off your entire order. Do check them out. Great service, great designs. Also, the DistroKid link is a hyperlink to my music, and hyperlink means whether you listen to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, or whatever the hell else there is, you will be able to find your boy's music anywhere, streaming online for free. I appreciate the support, and guys, I really do appreciate the support for the channel. It's giving us more resources. But anyways, let's get into it. All right, guys. The 3-piece TCG community has been impacting the meta as a whole, and it is crazy. It's crazy to cook something up, share it with you guys, and then play against it later on Sim. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. And I might just have another addition to just making this the worst generation we can imagine. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the new age. We are the new age, right? Red, purple, Luffy. Okay. So before my red, purple, Luffy list, I probably deleted the other one, but let's say it was close to this, right? Let's say it was close to this for sure. I mean, this is I wouldn't have had Luffy. This isn't quite my regional list that I took, but you can get the gist, right? Okay, cool. Now we're changing the identity. We're changing the identity just a bit. And the reason why is because God's Thread and the Doflamingo package was absolutely fucking hooping, okay? I want to kind of go by this like card by card, but you guys know what y'all are doing already. And if you don't, that's fine. I got other videos. All right, you're gonna learn from this video either way, but I'm gonna just I'm gonna have this conversation flow naturally. So God's Thread being a card that KOs at 5 cost or lower and then ramps us has been a great card for this deck, okay? Beckman in the past I ran 3 of because it's a great card. These cards, what these 2 cards do is slow down our opponent's development in the mid game when they can really put that pressure, because at the beginning you're playing your searchers, at the beginning you're playing your chump blockers or etc., right? You're not playing cards that are going to be able to swing into a 5k leader, let alone a 6k leader. So at the beginning it's whatever, right? And at the beginning, if I can ramp, I'm gonna get to all these cards even faster, right? So cool. So we ramp, we do whatever, but regardless, once we get to that mid game, when I start popping everything you develop and either ramp or develop a 7k body, that puts my opponent really on the back foot, right? And if anything, all we need to do is slow him down, because in the late game, when we start banging it out, we're the 6k leader. We've had the big threats on board for the longer. You get what I'm saying? They want to put something out, we can divine departure it. So that's where this is coming from. And then not to mention that if we can establish, because I've been talking to guys in the comments, and you know who you are, and you can find the comments if you haven't, but we've been talking about this for a little while. It was brought to me, I think it was probably on my last RP Luffy video. I might just throw the comment there if I can find it real quick. Rosinante before Shanks, beer before liquor, never sicker. I don't know the saying. Anyways, but yeah, if we can establish Rosinante and then Shanks, and I know what I told him. I said, yeah, but what was it? But if you bottom decking this and bottom decking that, yeah. Well, you know what? We know when to search and we know when not to search. Okay. If we want to set this up and we've got, We've already got our Shanks, and we got this. Then you don't play Uda, then Uda's gonna be your Uda's gonna be a counter. But anyways, let's just keep this conversation going. So having this card out, and then being able to ramp, right? And I know we're gonna do some lines of cope here, all right? So stick with me. But when you're ramping up, you play this card out. You're getting rid of one of these cards that you're no longer using, right? Then you draw on 2 cards. Cool. Then by the next turn, typically, if you were at like 7, you're going to 9, and then you're going to ramp up, and then you're going to play out Shanks. You play out Shanks for 10, and you get to put 2 Dawn active, and you're several turns ahead of your opponent. You know what I'm saying? What can they do? You play this afterwards to start popping shit. You play this to just rush down, and etc. This is a big play. So like early game, we can search out our bigs, or we can search out 3, 7, 11, 14 cards. I can't even do math. So we can search out 14 cards, which isn't bad for a searcher. 12 to 13 is great. So 14 cards is great. It's even gooder. And knowing when to search is going to be important. You don't always want to search, right? I almost lost the game yesterday because I did a stupid ass sugar search and bottom decked a Gum Gum Giant. But if you have an opening hand with like 2 giants and whatever, all you need is a Shanks, fucking search away, dog. But anyways, so I was playing a list, and I was starting to be like, damn, okay, this is good. But I had bitch ass, where's this bitch ass at? I had fucking Lucky Roo out. And I thought I was going against Red Luffy. And I thought when I blocked it, I was like, oh, hell yeah, now I'm going to KO this guy. That motherfucker went straight to the trash and do shit. I was like, what the fuck? I got to remember to read these bitch-ass cards. Red Purple Luffy's not Red Hat Luffy, all right? Cool. So then I switched it to Chopper. And then we started seeing very consistent success for two reasons, okay? One, this is probably one of the most valuable cards in the game in the sense that it's a 4/4, 2K, blocker on your opponent's turn gets an additional 2K worth of power. Now, this would make your leader, any other leader, a 6K leader, but we're already a 6K leader. What we like about this card, and that's going to get me into another card that I think I might replace it with, is that this card enabled us to play something early to keep motherfuckers off of our back. Okay, and also is a 2K. And let me tell you something. You're used to playing Luffy with 8 2Ks, and you go to 12 2Ks. You're feeling that cushion. That is a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Good for sleeping, not so much for fucking, but we're still doing it. Anyhow, yeah, so this card helps a lot. Now, who I'm thinking of balancing this card with, or not balancing, but replacing this card with, is Baccarat. Why? Because I can play Baccarat on my first or second turn, okay? On curb, right? And it does make these bricks, it turns all of these bricks, at least the first one, into a 2K, which would make us an 8K leader. So I think that this is a big card. I think that this might be, I will be experimenting moving forward with this over Chopper. Yes, maybe, just maybe, over Chopper. The reason we don't want to get rid of Hongo is because it's searchable, and the reason we don't want to get rid of Usohachi is because it's a literal game-winning card. But Baccarat might be a chump blocker we could throw out in later game, and then have that used to turn this into a 2K, etc. So it's just, and it only does it once, right? It only does it once per turn, but it is giving it that little oomph. So anyhow, but this is what it is. And of course, Bon Clay, one of the best purple cards, greatest ramp card ever printed, in my opinion, at this point. You don't leave Bon Clay behind. Yeah, then we just got the other ramps. I mean, we got 5, 8, 12 cards that ramp, 6 cards that ramp you go in second, 6 cards that ramp you go in first. Then we got 2 additional cards that'll ramp you from, or well, let's see, 2, 5. Well, shit, we got 10 cards that can ramp you out of trigger, which is huge when that happens. So I think we've kind of gone over the list, right? Gamma Knife is, so Divine Departure does pop whatever, right? That's 8k or lower. I still don't see how that is going to get us past Kid, right? But I do know that Gamma Knife will. One notable mention that is missing is the Noro Beam, which is what won me several games at locals yesterday. This is a game-winning card. He says bit. Anyways, but yeah, do think about adding this one in as well. Where I would fit it, I don't know right now. So, anywho, let's go ahead and get into these matches. I got some matches against the meta. I got the matches against I got the matches you're worried about. So let's get into it. All right, gang. I told y'all that I got the matches you guys are worried about. Okay, we don't get worried over here. We don't even get concerned. We just deal with it as it comes, right? So they actually chose to go first, and I've been hearing that, you know, Teach likes to go first. All right, cool. See how that works out for you. I'm gonna play 2 Udas. Oh, we're grabbing Shanks. Now the second Uda is a little risky bisky. Let's get a 2K or a Beckman. Yes, we got a 2K. Anyhow, this is back when I was still playing Lucky Roo. But the reason why I wasn't concerned about running 2 Udas is because I had 2 searchers. So they're going to have to black hole me if they don't want me to ramp. And that's going to cost them a card. So I take a hit. I got 2 Shanks. I'm Big City chilling. And ready to see if they're going to go down to 4 cards or not. And they ought to, but they don't. Now we're going to go ahead and ramp. I'm going to go ahead and search again. I'm going to grab a Beckman because I have no other choice. It doesn't look like we're going to see Rosie P this time. I'm going to go ahead and give them a card. And I imagine that moving from here on out, they're going to go ahead and start black holing us. We are at 5 Dawn, which means next turn we can play Beckman, which means the turn after that we can play Shanks. So if we can stay healthy enough, we can play Shanks. And that's where you start kind of finding the balance with this deck, is working out when you can play Shanks. You can't just slam them down. If they've got that board, it's not going to work out for you. Okay, so they do dot Q, and they play out, they get rid of our Uda, okay? So now they can play a Lafitte or something, but then they would have to swing in the Uda, or that's going to get going. At this point, they get another dot Q, okay. And I'm really not worried about dot Qs at this juncture. And I give them a 2K, huh? Okay. Maybe I don't know if I misclicked. But anyhow, not too concerned with these dot Qs because I'm not going to spend my whole turn getting rid of both of them. We're definitely wanting to get that Ben Beckman out there. Okay, so I'm going to swing 6 there. I can take a life. Okay, good. Next turn, we are definitely playing a Shanks. So where they're at, they've got 7 Dawn. We could and should start seeing something to get rid of something here. They decide to liberate our Bond Clay. They play out a Lafitte, and they're just trying to get their stuff together because they know that we're coming one way or the other, right? I'm gonna go ahead and give them a Bond Clay, and now we're on our 10 Dawn turn. They don't have any threats on the board to get rid of us, right? Even if they had Jesus Burgers, I mean, I'm going to still run this bitch up. So I'm going to swing 6 into the Searcher first. Now I'm going to swing 7 there. Okay. And then now I'm just like, yo, drop that big Shanks daddy. The big one. Okay. So now we drop out Shanks. They're at 9 Dawn. Okay. Remember, I've been telling you guys, how do you beat Blackbeard? You take Blackbeard out of the game. If they were to drop Blackbeard now, they would have a lot to deal with, especially because we can drop another fucking Shanks. But anyhow, they're not even able to drop Blackbeard yet, and for their next turn, I'm going to drop another Shanks. So they do this, and I'm like, son of a bitch. You got me, partner. I cannot block out of Fort fucking Teen. So I gotta let his ass go. I said I gotta let his ass go. And then I was like, all right, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it paid off, and it did. I can swing 6 at him because right now I'm just like, yo, let's just bleed that hand out. Okay, swing 7. And I probably could have went for game, but I honestly wasn't keeping track of what they were doing. And they also did not black hole me, so I could have done the Luffy thing. Now it looks like they had a handful of potential, but it's potential that they slept on. So whatever they would have done, they didn't have enough blockers. They had cards for any other situation except for ours. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to create with this deck. All right, gang. This one is a doozy. A doozy. Okay, so I'm going up against Purple Luffy. Remember how I told you guys we've been influencing the meta? Remember I told you guys we've been fucking things up. All right. So I chose to go first against this leader because a traditional Purple Luffy build likes to go first, right? And we want to take that away from him. We also want to be able to swing 9 if we're not able to ramp, right? We really want to give him that pressure. So anyways, now they're at 5, okay? Playing out Rosinante. We know what we're going to do to that Rosinante. Do they know? And I'm over here. Stand by. Hey, that's my thing. And just for that, you get popped. And now I'm going to swing 7, okay? That's fucking hysterical. I forget who I am sometimes. But yeah, so it looks like they're playing our package. They're playing our Luffy. The Noro Beam Sword, that's our stuff, man. I'll give you Beam Sword, but Dofi, come on, that's our stuff. You can't play that against us. What the fuck? Anyways, now Hell's Judgment. I didn't sign off on Hell's Judgment. I did not do that. All right, so now I can swing 7 and keep a Don active just to let them know, hey, we got Gum Gum Giant. Now, swing 7, they're not comfortable going to 1, and I don't blame them because the 7K body is a 7K body. I can Gum Gum Giant a lead performer and stay super healthy while also drawing 2 cards. And I think that might be the move because there's no point in taking it. Yeah, okay, so we do that. We draw 2 cards. We get another lead performer, which is great just because now Rosinante can get rid of another. What are we going to do here? Give him the Usohachi and Beckman. But anyways, or we could take it. But anyways, I'm excited about the drawing into lead performer because Rosinante can get rid of lead performer and draw me 2 more cards instead of getting rid of God Thread in case I need to use God Thread. Now, we're going to shit. Are we going to 10 Dawn? I think we are. Yeah, we ain't at 8. So we're gonna go to 10 Dawn, which means we could search out a Shanks daddy. Now if we had a Shanks to throw out on board, oh my god, though, we'd be big city hooping. But I don't know if we're gonna have that at this juncture. I'm thinking about gamma knifing that Doflamingo, swinging into Dofi, seeing what's up, or not even swinging into Dofi. But we'll see. We'll see. What I should do is swing 7 into 4, see what they do. And see if I can get rid of that Dofi the good old-fashioned way, and then Beckman, Senior Pink after the fact. Unfortunately, I didn't even swing into them. I guess I'm trying to really keep that pressure on life. And, yeah, okay. And then there's the other thing. They searched the Noro Beam, and I fucked up. I should have swung 7 first, and then they would have been able to turn that Beckman sideways, but not my leader. I fucked up. So, guys, learn from my mistake. Now they're swinging 5 into 2, and I am a swing behind. I'm a swing less than I would have been. So that was a huge mistake on my part. Swinging 7 into my leader's gonna suck. I can easily 2K out of it, but damn. Okay, so right now, I'm gonna pause it. Right now, the big mistake I made was wanting to continue to give him that pressure, and because of that, not I want to go back so you guys can see what we're talking about, because this isn't just me blowing nut, you know what I mean, shooting ropes and on a highlight reel. Like, I want you guys to learn. I want to learn, right? So right here, if I had if I just put back one, I had 8 Dawn left, right? I had 8 Dawn left, which means I could play this card at any point in time. Okay, so swing 7 here. All right, they are currently at 4. Okay, so they would have to give me 2-2Ks or a Gum Gum Giant or whatever the fuck, right? Cool, that's gonna get cards out of their hand. Now I have 8. I could just swing 6, or I could swing another 7, and then that would get more cards out of their hand, even if he stays alive. But if he dies, then I play Ben Beckman, and then Senor Pink is gone, and I've established 2 7K bodies and got rid of their whole board, instead of what happened here. What happened here is all I got rid of was Doflamingo, and then swung with this, and then got this fucking turn sideways. So very far from optimal being played. But next time when we find ourselves in these positions, that's what we're gonna do. Swing 7 first, okay? Because you always want to swing with this anyways. You always want to swing with your board first. But swing 7 first, okay? Do I even need one up for a giant? Are they threatening like that? No? Okay, cool. Swing 7 again. He's gone? Even better. Play Beckman out. Get rid of Senor Pink. You've got no board. He stayed alive. He gave me 4K for this and another 4K for this. Great. And he's popped again. So that's what I should have did, and learn from my mistakes. Okay, so now they're on their 10 Dawn turn, and at this point I'm pissed. I'm like, I'm Mr. Plofy. Only I can play Plofy. You can play Ploofy. You can't play Plofy. So they're gonna swing 7 at me, and yeah, we're back to where we left off. I'm gonna give them 2K, stay healthy, and they're gonna play another Senor Pink. And what are they pulling out? They're pulling out another Noro Beam from trash. Are we gonna fuck it up like last time, or what? Let's see what we do. So I've got God Thread, okay? I've got Don Quixote, Rosinante. We can swing 10 there. I'm thinking about clearing board, thinking about a couple of different things, okay? So let's see what we go to first. If I give 1 Dawn to Beckman and I swing into Senor Pink, I'm giving him 2 over, right? And what I want to do right now, my mind state, is that I want to control the board, because I don't have all the counter in the world on the back foot, right, for the clapback. So I want to see if I can control the shit out of that board. And right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Cool. I can give them another 8, however, and make them swing, or, make them give me 2 more cards. And then regardless of what they do, I can God Thread. So now I'm swinging 7 at the face. And that does cause them to take. And we do get rid of lead performer. Draw into a Divine Departure Gum Gum Giant. So me today was thinking, let's go for the board. But me then was like, yo, let's go for that fucking face. Okay. We get Rosinante out there. We've got Chopper now. Chopper is online. And I'm thinking, yo, let's go ahead and get rid of God Thread and keep our Rosie P alive. I'll give you a Searcher at that point. And then if you want to swing again, I can give you something else. So I decided to give him a Beckman, even though a Beckman would have easily popped and established a body. So this is a very fucking interesting game right now. I'm trying to see what they searched out with that fucking bitch-ass Senor Pink. But we're swinging 9 at the face, right? We don't really give a shit, because I got Divine Departure, I got a 2K and a 1K, and I've got 2 life, okay? So they take that 9, okay? And can they take a full swing? Yeah, stranger things have happened. He's anticipating a dragon, and maybe he's right to. But what I'm really thinking about here is, can I make it to the next round and just set up a swing for just like all the marbles? So that's what I'm doing. Very, very, like, I get it. Very crazy. But what that's doing for me is I'm eliminating a threat. I'm going to be able to swing 7 and then 8. Then I'm going to have 2 Dawn active, 1 for Divine Departure, and 1 for whatever else I draw into, right? So they could develop the fuck out of us, and it looks like they're gonna play some more Senor Pinks, grab some Gamma Knives from trash. I mean, I guess they're really trying to get rid of us right now, okay? So 3 into 1, and I had to let that go. That's trash. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, 6 to 1 or 6 to 6 on Fox 26. Now they don't play that. I go ahead and take. Now I'm feeling really good. And they didn't swing any further. Now their IQ up until this point has been plenty high. So I don't know why they didn't swing, but I guess we got them down to the end of the line. They're worried about their characters being swung into. Okay, so I gave them 9. I did have the Shanks, but I wasn't feeling that Shanks. And I'm like, Okay, so the way I see it is I got 5K encounter, and then I've got a liberation. Okay, so I can swing 13, and they'd have to have it. They'd have to have all of it. And let's see what they got. Is that game? If they've got 2 Gum Gum Giants, they win, right? They win. He says, just do it. Now, let's never just do it because that could be a hockey play. That could be a big city hockey play, okay? So I leave 1 up instead of going all 14. My man says, oh shit. Yeah. Okay. He's giving me, I appreciate that. YouTube. He says, oh shit. Because he's got it. I appreciate the love, boss. So hang on. Right here. Just do it. I want you guys to comment down below. Was that hockey? Was that hockey? Were they just telling me, hey, just go for it. Just go for it, man. Just swing everything at it. Just do it. Just do it. Was that mind games? I want you guys to comment below. But remember what I've told you in probably one of my last videos. Your opponent can concede whenever they want. There's nothing in the rules that says you cannot concede or we're going to take something from you. You can concede whenever you want in the match. So this whole just do it, hey, yo, just concede. Don't tell me to swing everything and get me playing out of character. You see what I'm saying? Had I done that, then I would absolutely be fucked because then he would just two-shot me, right? So only I can wear the hockey mask. Let's see what's happening. You think I'm gonna get out hockeyed with my own deck, Jack? You crazy. Okay, so we went ahead, we swung, they got all the way down, they get all the way back, they got it. Oh shit, I told you to go for it, and oh shit, I just happen to have it. All right, Jack, all right. Okay, so now you can swing 7. I got a 2K for that. Because you ain't got no more Don. They ain't got no more Don, right? Swinging 7, I got a 2K for that. That's right. Swinging 8, I got Divine Departure for that. Only I can play Pluffy. I'm Mr. Pluffy, not you. What happened to all the camaraderie? Concedes and quits. I thought we were gonna have a combo afterwards. No, it is cool to see your decks. It is cool to see your decks played. It sucks to play against them. I can tell you that because you thinking that you get this mind frame that you're playing this PvE. It's not a PvE. It's a PvP. And these motherfuckers, now I understand what other people go through. It's like, yo, shit, I'm playing against my own Frankenstein. But anyways, that was a great example of why we do not, and under any circumstances, just swing. Oh, okay. I'll just swing. We never fucking do that shit. You remember what I told you when you're sitting down and you're sitting across somebody from regionals, whether it be online, in person, and or Treasure Cup or at locals, and motherfuckers just rolling his eyes. Oh, why don't he just fucking swing, bitch? Why don't you just concede? How about that? Go ahead and fucking concede. You can concede whenever you want. That would have cost us the game. Just do it. Would have cost us the game. Never fucking forget that. All right, now we got us a Jorbani, okay, and they chose to go second, which is like okay, Joy Bonnie, okay. Can't choose a Uda, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a Hongo Jerry. And I swear to God, I pulled a Drew and Uda one game with Uda. I don't know if something fucked up, but I swear to God I did it. Anyway, so what did we bottom deck real quick just to give us a? Okay, so we got rid of our Bond Clays and we're going first anyways. So that wasn't the worst things to see on a draw. Okay, so now we drew into a Shanks, feeling really good about ourselves. Right here, I'm thinking let's give them 5 and 5 because we don't need Uda to stay alive, and they only have 5 cards in hand right now. I'd like to put that pressure on their life and just keep the game going, right? Or just further our agenda. They give us a Tashigi, which we fucking love to see in trash, but that also means they obviously have one. Now they're gonna Jewelry Bonnie, right? So Jewelry Bonnie is going to reveal a Jewelry Bonnie, the 07 one that's going to freeze. And we don't like that because that kind of nullifies our ramping. Now I can Divine Departure, and I really don't have another play outside of that. I could Rosinante. And Godthread. The thing about it is Divine Departure is going to take me to 6, which will take me to 8 next turn, and then 9 the turn after, and then 9, and then after that I'm pretty much online for whatever I want. So I could Rosie, or I can Godthread that Rosinante now. Instead, I Rosie, and I don't get rid of shit. Okay? Whatever, dude. They're going to 6. Now, they don't really have any 6K things that they like to play. So, we're thinking that it's going to be 6 cost things that they like to play. And sure enough, it's a Carrot. So, with Carrot, I can just easily get rid of with Ben Beckman and be establishing a body at the same time. This right here is kind of why I wish I had developed I wish I had played Godthread and popped that Rosinante blocker, because then I would be playing Shanks the next turn. So, you know. But anyways, we got Shanks one turn later. They're playing out Jewelry Bonnie now, which means we can't play Shanks next turn. We do get to 2k out of that, and we are at, what is that, 9 Dawn? So they rested Rosinante, and I'm guessing they did that because they wanted to be able to KO him on their turn. Okay. I'm going to play Shanks, and I'm going to swing 12 at you. There's that. So anyhow, now they're going to go to 10 Dawn themselves, and I mean, the world is their oyster. They still got 3 life. They play out Dofi Doferston, and man, having Shanks on the field, they can't do nothing with nobody now. We get no swings at anything, which is just magnifique. We can big Luffy. I mean, look at the options we have. We almost have too many options. We can also Rosinante. They don't got any Dawn up, so we can swing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do that. We're going to swing 6 here, and then watch what I do. Right now, because what I'm thinking right now, and I know I'm the same person in this video, I better be. I'm going to ramp. I'm going to swing 10, and I'm going to leave these 2 Dawn alone, and then Rosinante is going to give me 2 additional Dawn. Now you can horny ass Jones all you want, and instead of horny ass Jones, they big Shanks daddy us. They just shunk our Shank. Yeah. So now they're going to swing 6 into 6. I can give you the Uda. I said I can give you the Uda. Yeah. Give him the Uda, keep the Shanks alive. We've got plenty of Dawn. Dofi isn't going to pop shit. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely Gum Gum Giant here. But remember the thing about Divine Departure, it only works for your leader. We don't need a Lucky Root, do we? Yeah, we don't need a Lucky Roo. No. Yeah. The reason why I said no is because I want to be able to develop Rosinante, swing with everything on board first. Swing with everything on board, and then play Rosinante out. That way, if you think that you're going to horny ass Jones me, think one more time. Um, okay, so I'm thinking, how much Dawn do I need to have? I give him 9, and yeah, I kind of did that a little bass backwards, but now I'm going to swing 13. And the reason I swung 13 was because I said, hang on, guys. They've got 6 cards in hand. They just used this. And 2, 4, 6 would give them 11. This would give them 13. 13. So of their 6 cards, 4 of them would have to be 2Ks. And then, you know what I mean? It's going to take that, or 2, 4, 6, and then 3 1Ks. But they would have to have, everything would have to be counter in their hand, virtually. Almost like objectively math them out of the equation. So I go ahead and did that. And what do you know? Let's see what they had. They had 1, 2, 3, 4K in hand. So they could go up to 9. They would need another 5 just to beat me. Another 4 would match. So anyhow, they are running Ronor Zoro, so do be cognizant of that. Neural Beam helped me win against a Bonnie yesterday because I was playing against the Bomb Diggity, Jason. And Jason is like, I actually got this match recorded. I shouldn't have spoiled it for you. But anyways, he's one of the coldest fucking Bonnie. He's like, he is the coldest Bonnie player we have. And he does great in regionals and shit like that. Great Bonnie player. When he played out Ruinor Zoro and I was Palofi, I said, oh shit. Swung with Carrot, froze my Sungoro. I know I'm giving you some future tech that I've been playing. But with that Neural Beam, I turned him sideways and he went from getting 3 attacks with Zoro to just 1 attack with Zoro. So to his credit, he did still activate the main and, do some things with it. Anyhow, you guys see that getting this Big Shanks daddy out is great. It influences the board. However, they do have an answer, like an immediate answer to that. So some more green, because I feel like green is mean. Okay, so Smoker is definitely going to be somebody you see. They chose to go first. I'm not surprised by that. But we are very happy with what we have in our hand. Because guess what? We're ramping on time. Now, I'm thinking right here. I already got a Gamma Knife. Let's use this Gamma Knife to ramp. We had that 1 in 5 chance that we were going to be able to ramp, and we did. Now I've got 5 Dawn. I'm going to 6 Dawn, and I'm going to search out a Divine Departure, swinging 7. I mean, yo, this is what we call snowball the game. You know what I mean? Like, it is like just about unfucking fair that we're going to be able to do this. However, when you play with skills, good luck will happen. Now, whatever they develop for 5K, we can God thread that ass. And then we're huge city hooping. Like, holy shit. Give him Hongo Jerry. Oh, that was a big mistake. I should have gave him Hongo Jerry. Anyhow, I guess I was thinking Hongo Jerry can help me with the whatever. But, okay, so do I even have... I have 8 Dawn. Son of a gun. But I don't have anything to play, which sucks. So, we're ramped to the moon, but we don't even got Luffy. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna get rid of that Rosie because that Rosie's gonna do something, and I'm gonna swing 5 at him. Give me a card to take a life. They give me a 2K. Oh, we love that. We love that. So if they didn't give me anything, I was gonna go ahead and swing all of it because. The worst they can do is swing at me with leader, not develop, and I got 9K in counter. But the fact that they gave me a 2K told me that it's okay for me to swing 7 because you're in bonus time anyways, right? You're giving me 2K over, so you're going to give me a 2K plus something else. Now they play out Carrot, and I just give them a fucking 2K. I mean, I'm not fucking worried at all at this point. Like, holy shit, we're just chilling. Now I can play out Shanks right now, and or play out Beckman and pop their only threat outside of their leader, right? I can get rid of a swing. And so I'm just like, yo, let me swing 6. Let me check that. Let me check that temperature. Let me give them that rectal thermometer and check that temperature. They give me another 2K. And I'm like, yo, smoke them if you got them. We go ahead and Beckman, okay? Because we don't want to be put in a predicament, I guess, you know? So we're going to go ahead and Beckman. And here comes the captains of kids. They're going to go ahead and do his ability, but do they have anybody to get out? So in a normal game, you could say, oh, they didn't do that. Oh, they suck. No, they don't suck. They only got 3 cards. And when you've been whittling away at your opponent, this is the kind of shit that'll happen. So now I can easily divine departure them, but I'm going to go ahead and develop big old Shanks daddy. I'm going to swing 12 into 7. They ain't got it. I'm going to swing 6 to face. I'm going to swing 7 to face. And I think they just got rid of their 3rd Tony Chopper. I don't think they're going to have any more 2Ks. So now they're at 10 Dawn, and we're both got 2 life, but a worlds of different board right now. So let's see what they do with this. Okay, they're searching. That is a great sign for us. That almost means we fucking won the game. Because you're going to need to do, when you're searching, I mean, don't get me wrong. If someone starts searching, it doesn't mean you're in the clear. They do that, well, now we're kind of leaning towards the clear. But they could get another smoker, not smoker. They could get another wall kid out. Walk it out, right? We're not really worried about that, though, because we already got Shanks. I mean, this game, in my opinion, the game is spoken for. The game is done. I have 2 life, so there was nothing you could do. You didn't have any bodies developed. You're playing that out. You know, that's fine. 4 more Dawn. Are we going to see a blocker? That's my question. That is my question. Okay, so they're going to swing big city swing at Beckman, and we can't do shit about it. Okay, so they're back in the game with that one just because we don't have them options. Unfortunately for them, I draw into some options. Pop that. This game is looking like it's ours. Did you guys see that? This is the power. This is the power. It's always like, hey, we got to get Rosinante first. Yo, if you develop Shanks so fast and then play that they can't do anything about it, and then Rosinante after, you're just as big city hooping. You are still the mayor of big city hooping. So we drew into that, and that's why God Thread is here. That's why God Thread is here. That's why God Thread is so amazing. Now they've had all the fucking 2Ks this game. God bless. We swing 12 at them, and they're down to 1 life. Okay, now is it our game? Can we have the game now? Can we have the game now, please? Okay. Let's see what they got for us. I mean, they're back to 5 cards. What the fuck? They've been seeing shit. They were just at 3 cards like the last turn. But anyways, it's turn 7. We're banging it out. We got big Shanks on the field. Their options are like cards like the 9 call Shanks. That ain't it. That ain't gonna do it. Yeah, 9 call Shanks would have at least popped that and put us in a situation where we need to, do what we do. This one, I mean, it's a God Thread away from getting busted. We're not. So we could divine departure and homeboy out of this one, Bond Clay, or we could take it, see what we get, but we'd have to be wary about that smoker the next turn. So I'm kind of feeling like right now I can take it. Yeah, I can take it, and I can just go for game, right? So I can give him 7 just to like fuck with him. I can give him 12, see if he's got it. If he ain't got 12, he ain't got 16, right? So they're thinking about it. Yeah, this game is ours. I think they might have an event. Obviously, they left 2 Dawn up. So they probably have an event, and it's something worth, smoking over. They do have an event. Well, I'll be darned. That is a -2 to us. That is, bro, these motherfucker is playing out of their mind. Kudos to you, Pirate. Whatever, Pirate 84327. Kudos to you. That was a GG. They gave me everything they had. So out of that 7 they had, they didn't take the 7. Then I gave them 15. Okay, so look, at a certain point you can't do anything, right? They did have a horny ass Jones in hand. But I mean, up until this point, we were gonna be doing all right. You know, we had the 2 life, etc. I was okay taking a life from the leader because I wasn't gonna be okay taking a life from Smoker, right? However, I don't know how that would have played out. I don't know if that was the right thing to do because, well, I made my decision based on their board. Had they had a better board, then I wouldn't have taken it, right? And then I would have just. I don't know, man. The Smoker changes the way you defend because I would rather for sure take a life from them and have the resources to block out of that hit. You get what I'm saying? So, anyhow, neither here or there. Thanks to the way we played, thanks to the cards we saw. Let's see how much time. Gang, we're going up against that Piss Kid, and I just played an Uda, and I had the choice between another Shanks or a Divine Departure. I said, I'll take one Divine Departure, please. And we're at 3 Dawn. We can't do anything as far as, like, we can't ramp. Now, for some reason, I didn't want to do Uda and then swing with 6. You know what I'm saying? I definitely would have done that today. This is a Lucky Roo game. This is back with the Lucky Roo shit. Okay, so I'm going to ramp with Bond Clay. I'm going to swing 8. And, yeah. Okay, so now they're in their 6 Dawn turn. Now, Captain Kid for you guys at home, you guys know how impressive and just Kid is all about being a wall, bro. Wall Kid out. Okay, so they get Datsu. They're getting the board. They're getting everything they want. I'm going to go ahead and Ben Beckman that ass. And then I can swing, and then we can keep it moving. So I think the smart thing to do is just attach 1, swing 7. This guy's been aggressive. We're trying to fill him out. Okay, right now, that's going to happen. He's going to be able to stand it back up as a leader. And, right? You want to do that, right? Okay, so now they've got a 9K leader. Okay, or 9K blocker, I should say. This is a weird situation because we do got some counter. But if we Shanks, we know what happens. So I could also Gamma Knife and Ben Beckman that ass, and then that would make us happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little risky biscuits. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5K in counter. If I play out Shanks, I choose to play out Shanks. I'm a fucking madman. Okay, so I'm gonna chill. I probably should have swung 7 just to see if they would turn that kid sideways. If they turn the kid sideways with the 7 to save counter, then I play out Shanks and I swing into the kid. So let's do that next time. Anyways, so they're at 8, not 9. They swing 8 into me. 8 is very feasible. 8 is much more feasible than what I thought would happen. Swinging 8 again. Not so fucking feasible. If they had a rush, they could be doing some damage. Either way, though, we are like, ooh. So, we can do some things. We can Lucky Roo for a blocker. We could Divine Departure and then play a blocker. Because we would, well, no, we wouldn't have Gum Gum Giant anymore. This is getting dicey, gang. Dicey. Dice thrown the game. So we can play out Lucky Roo. We can keep 1 and 2 up for that. And then we could also Gamma Knife that blocker so that if they do decide to block, they get their shit pushed in. We could lead Performer and just look for another card. You know, we got some options. We decide to do that. Now we've got 5 Dons sexually active. We're going to swing 7. Do you want to give up that kid or nah? Okay, they're going to give us 2K, or they're going to give us 2K, 1K. Now I'm going to swing 8. And I'm leaving an extra Dawn up. You're like, hey, you only got 2 Dawn and yeah. I understand, but Gum Gum Giant could draw me into that one. Remember, you play with what you have in your hand, and then you play expecting greatness, right? So now they're going to give me all of the cards in their hand. I'm going to swing Shanks, and Shanks is just going to give me that Scratchman of Pooh, I imagine. Yeah. So we're back on the back foot for reals. And if they swing 18 at us, we might need a little touch of luck. Well, actually, we got Lucky Root, but I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can start really giving us. Now we're feeling that. No, nobody feels it, but we make people feel it. We don't feel it. So, anyways, they're swinging 9 at me. 9 is perfect for Gum Gum Giant, and I keep it moving. Now I drew into a 2K and okay, so I can Divine Departure that ass and then give them a Beckman for that, or Lucky Roo, and then bait them into swinging. So it looks like they have 7 plus 5 is 12. I can go to 9, 11, 12. So yeah, I gotta counter out of this. Which means they might develop, but they only have 2 cards to develop. They swing 12, they're done. They threw the game. And the reason why they threw is because they can no longer set him up as active. So, you know, that was it. What they needed me to do was block with Lucky Roo and then be able to swing 12 with their kid. So at this point, I'm gonna swing 10, and I think that I was just like mathing them out, but it was actually kind of dangerous. We weren't out of the danger zone yet because he had that kind of Capone going, and I could have had that actually blow up in my face, I believe. Yeah, that was a little dangerous. That was actually still danger zone. And that might have been why. No, there was no safeguard after that. That's how dangerous yellow can still be. If it was a Capone beige, then I would have got fucked. But anyways, you got to see what they do, what we do about it. Was there something different I could have done? I think to for sure get it going, I think I could have for sure just played this into this and popped that. I think this was the turn to do. No, I couldn't because I needed that Lucky Roo, right? Well, yeah. So if I would have at this turn, at this juncture, if I would have done that, perhaps I would have, because they would have played another big body. What was they gonna play? A 6? Yeah, they would have played a 6, and then I could have, they would have had 4, 9, 10. You know what I mean? I don't know what they would have swung at me, but at the end of the day, now we've got starter deck Luffy. Now before this, before I added Chopper, this list was so hard to fight against. Like, this was tough. Still is tough because Luffy is so consistent. However, now that we've got something that we can play when they choose to go first, right? They chose to go first. I'm like, fuck. Now I'm able to kind of like slow them down. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have a ramp, but I can search, and then I can play this on curb. We'll see what's up. Seeing the Gum Gum Giant makes me feel better about playing it on searching. So, okay. Let's see how early the buffoonery begins. Okay, so I drew into a Ben Beckman. They got a Chopper, and they got a Rad Beam now. So that Rad Beam is definitely going to come into play. You know that. And they can swing 7 into us, and I can just Uso Hachi out of it because we're not going to be turning blocker sideways in this matchup. I'm going to swing 6 into 5. I wouldn't be surprised if they take, they just want more cards. Now I'm putting in my first Malocker. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play out Tony Chopper. Just to block, just to slow things down, just to put a bogey on the board, okay? They're at 5 Dawn. I would love to draw into a God Thread and pop whatever they got, but, Okay, so they're swinging 7, swinging 6. For 6, I can give you a Beckman, and for 7, I can give you the other Chopper. Yeah, okay. And I could also take, and yeah, I could also take because I want to ramp. Okay. So we're in a strange place where that's awkward 6 Dawn turn that we don't typically find ourselves at because we usually find a ramp. I'm gonna swing 8 there, and I could have swung 9, but I'm gonna swing 8, and I'm gonna just put the mental note of, hey, I got a whatchamacallit in my hand. What happens instead? That was what I was thinking. But when they took that card, when they let them go, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna put another chopper out there. Really interesting decision. But I guess what I'm thinking is I'm at 6, I'm going to 8 to 9. I don't have a Shanks in hand, but I do have a Ben Beckman, and you know what I mean. I can do what I do. So I'm keeping my blockers out there right now. I do have a God Thread, which is a good reason to play Rosinante, and so I do. I draw on the 2 more cards. At this point, I'm really low on counter. I'm gonna draw again and ramp again, which was really good. Very awkward style of playing right now. This is my I'm not on the back foot, but I'm definitely walking sideways right now because it's very strange. It's very strange. I'm not doing the things that I would like to do as of yet. But hey, we're at 10 Dawn. We got 2 blockers, and we've stabilized. And I think that's what's different about this match. In this matchup, you want to stabilize, and then we can start doing what we do, right? So I have stabilized. I feel stable. I feel good. Beckman can just about pop whatever they do next. It looks like the Mulgun should have popped that, right? Oh, they did it. They fucked up. Okay, so they fucked up. Yeah, I think they fucked up. Okay, so swinging 7 there. I could give him Divine Departure. I give him a blocker. Swinging 6, I'll just give you Bond Clay. Keep it moving. Now watch what we do here. I am going to swing 7 into the Zoro. See if they take it. And typically they'll take it because they're like, yeah, I'll put in my next card. You put in that next card, it's going to get popped by Ben Beckman. And they put in that motherfucker, which was a real fucking asshole in pre-release. But anyways, I pop him immediately with Beckman. Now there's no reason to hold on the Don because, you know, I've got Rosinante still alive. I'm swinging 8 into 5, and I think they're just going to block out. Oh, they do keep it alive. Okay. I guess it means something for them to keep that alive because that is a 6K blocker, and their leader's only 5. We have them on the back foot right now. We've survived their early game stuff. We've been able to swing into it. Now, here's more of what we're supposed to be seeing out of them for sure. Okay, so that's gonna make the Luffy unblockable. So let's see what happens here. I can give him a 2K. I have one up for Divine Departure, so when he does swing 8, I have Divine Departure. I decided to go Gum Gum Giant to draw 2 cards. Okay. Because I can always use that Divine Departure to also pop, and we wanted to see cards. Okay, cool. Give a Rosie to save a Rosie. Yeah. Okay, cool deal, cool deal. All right, so we're sitting pretty right now. We can swing 8 into that Luffy because we're kind of wanting to prioritize them. We get the blocker. I can go ahead and just pop them now if I want, or swing 2. I just got to make sure I got 7 Dawn up. So I'm going to swing 8 into that Luffy, see what they give me. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop that Luffy. Dunzos. We've got a blocker. We've got 2 life. We've got the board. We've got the Dawn up. We are big city chilling right now. Okay. Here comes big ass Shanks. Excuse me. We need to sit up for this shit. Big ass Shanks. The biggest Shanks there is. 12 into 6. I imagine I give that blocker because I want these swings. Do I give him Hongo Jerry? We give him Hongo Jerry. We want these swings. You only got 4 cards. So you can only block so much. We got 2 Divine Departures. This is the turn to go for it. Swing 8. Yeah, we're going to use all 8 Dawn to swing. And we are not powering up Uda. Okay, we're not doing that. But we're going to go ahead and do that. So now I'm going to give him 9. 9 is going to take 3 cards. They've got to have 3 cards for 9. They don't have 3 cards for 9. I can give him 1 for 7 and then put the rest, because 7 is going to take 2 cards, and then a 10 is going to take the remainder. Okay, so they gave me 2 cards. Now, do you have 2, 4, 6 in your 4 cards? They don't. They do not. They didn't. Now they had they're running Shanks. They did have the Rad Beam. Never came out. Rad Beam never came out, but it couldn't because of this. So I think if we go back before they played the Shanks, they did have 2 life. Maybe they were feeling like they were gonna get rid of something, and they actually got rid of no threats with that Shanks. They got rid of no threats with that Shanks, but they didn't have any more options. So can't blame them for trying. I got one more for you. It's just OP-10 shit, right? So we want to all right, gang, I got one more for you. It's just OP-10 shit, you know what I'm saying? So you got to throw it in there. I chose to go first because I just want to rough this guy up, you know what I'm saying? He's still talking about the going Mary, and I'm like, yo, look, you about to get roughed up. So we're going to swing 7. I actually cried in the Going Merry episode. It reminded me of my old Lincoln Town car that I bought from my pawpaw that fucking just broke down. I couldn't afford to fix, and I was already in a place in my life where what am I going to do with this car anymore? You know what I'm saying? Bitch ass HOA was like, hey, you got to move your car. Fuck. Yeah, RIP, man. That was my Going Merry. Now I'm in a sunny. Anyways, they swing 7, and I'm going to just give him I take it. Oh, and we ramp. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Swing it. Oh, shit. This is where we pop the fuck off. Let me tell you something about this deck, dude. You know I've always hated on yellow, and this is a safe space for all players. I want everybody to feel welcome. It's just I don't play, and I don't think players should play or get in the habit of depending on triggers. Okay, I don't think you should do that. I don't think that makes you the best player you can be. You get what I'm saying? That's just all I got to say on that, right? But boy, when we start seeing those triggers and ramping like we are, insane. Okay, so right here, I had the option to go ahead and Luffy, but I actually chose the Beckman instead because I want to get rid of any and all threats. We are doing the removing here. And this is what's making this deck so crazy, is that we're popping. We're controlling the board. We've got a 6K leader, and you know, we're ramping on top of it all. So they play this Kyros, and all they can do is put their own card back into their hand. I've got a Lucky Roo and a fucking whatchamacallit for that ass, so we keep Beckman alive. Now we can swing 7/7 and a Luffy. We can also do Gamma Knife into that. So what shall we do? Whatever shall we do? We go ahead and search. We get a Divine Departure. You got to get the Divine Departure. Yeah. Now we can Gamma Knife Kyros and then Divine Departure Kyros. Are we choosing to just swing into him? The me today would have just Divine Departure Kyros. No, we only have 1 life. Holy shit, when did we get beat the fuck up? All right, they got another Kyros out there, and they can swing immediately into our guys. We can defend them, and we do again. Holy shnikes. They're going to swing 8 to life. We got Divine Departure for that. Good thing me today wasn't playing, right? Swinging 7 at that ass. Swinging 7 at that ass. Oh, swinging 16 at that ass. Yo, hang on. What do they have? What happened, Dad? All right. Yeah, they had some things. They didn't get to see the Rebecca, but we just had them on the back foot, boss. We had them on the back foot. Anyhow, I think this deck just runs over Usopp, unfortunately for our Usopp mains out there. And the way we're playing it now, Had they had the Cavendish on board, had they had their blocker, had they, the two cards that these cards popped were really pivotal. But yeah, anyways, let's take it over just a little. All right, gang. Well, there you have it. Okay. I had an intolerance for a build like this because I was thinking to myself, no, it's gotta be, everything's got to be searchable, everything's got to work, blah blah blah, forgetting that purple Luffy was doing very well and would have continued to do really well without the existence of Sakazuki. And literally there was no deck cohesion in the original purple Luffy. I'm talking about OP-05 Luffy when Luffy dropped. I'm talking about this Luffy. I'm talking about what we know today as Plofi. When this deck dropped, it had nothing that was working together. You had Queens, you had Animal Kingdom, you had fucking Magellan, you had like Kaido, like I said, you had nothing. You had Galley La, you had what's his name? Yeah, Paulie. You had no cards that made any fucking sense with this leader. You know what I'm saying? So, in the same sense, this is how this leader works. You know what I mean? It works in that same vein, if you will. This is it's a very intuitive build, I feel like. Maybe one too many lines of cope. But, sometimes cope will get you to a great place. And I feel like this is working exponentially well. I do like that I was able to play against and beat the other Plofi, because only I can play Plofi. Give me back my Plofi. And yeah, I mean, the thing went down to the wire and we did our damn thing against it. You know what I'm saying? So really like how it's performing. It feels really consistent, like oddly consistent. And the games where we ramp off of trigger is absolutely insane. So the thing about this Tony Chopper, I would like to switch it out for Baccarat. And maybe I do. I think that's the next thing I try. I think the next thing I try is just Tony Chopper for Baccarat. As much as I like Baccarat, the thing is that when I draw into a Chopper, I'm like, yo, this Chopper's hooping. They get rid of Baccarat. But you saw where Tony Chopper stayed on the field for a long time because it's like, I kind of don't need you. You don't do anything extra for me. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're just a blocker. But when I draw it in hand, it's a 2K. So I don't know. Obviously, there's more builds out there to be had with the more traditional Straw Hat package. Maybe we'll do that next. But for right now, I'm really high on this one right now. I'm really liking this list, and I'm feeling safe when I play my Shanks. But I think the meat and potatoes of this is the way we pop City Pop, and then draw cards and just ride it out into the late game. Ben Beckman is such a big card in this deck. So anyhow, that's what I got for you guys today. I will be seeing you next time with a Plofi update. That's right, we have a purple Luffy updated list. Okay, dude, smash that like button, finger pop that subscribe, turn on the bell, go down in the comments, let me know what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, what would you be doing differently. Guys, we are about to hit 3K subs, which is fucking crazy. So man, I appreciate the love, and I really want to hear from you guys on this list, especially the ones I've been talking about with that have been bringing up the Rosinante and the Shanks, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. Want to hear from you guys. So I know it's a bit of a long one, but I like to give you that girth. We got that length, we got that girth. All right, it's been Marauder Music with 3-piece TCG, big TCG, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Flows like a faucet, swag dripping like a faucet. Dooney fixing, got Luffy ambition, king of the rappers, the mission. I see they got the lights, camera, but no action. They actually fiction.